Hey everyone, Sweatpaint, and today I kind of want to talk about the future of the channel, what direction I want to take it in, and what to expect moving forward. I feel like for the new year, I really want to kind of do a lot for the channel, and yeah, I just want to kind of explain everything to you guys and see what you think. So before we get into that, I kind of want to talk about why I do this channel and make content in the first place, right? Pretty much ever since I was a kid, I have always loved gaming, and truly like no other medium or hobby has ever come close for me at all. It's always been gaming. That's kind of been like the number one prevalent thing in my life, hobby wise. And yeah, it just has not changed. It's really been like the number one thing that I've kind of been focusing on since I was a kid. It's just been really consistent for me as well, and I don't plan to change that, as I get older. I grew up on a lot of like the OGs of YouTube, the grandfathers of gaming, like Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, etc. And I've always kind of aspired to be like them or something similar, at least, right? And now I don't mean anything with like the fame or the money or anything like that at all, but just rather sharing my experiences with something that I truly love and just, creating for others. It's kind of what I've always wanted to do and what I've kind of felt called towards a lot of my life. And that's kind of why I really wanted to make this channel, just to kind of do those things. And I feel like it's really fulfilling for me personally, and I really, really enjoy it. Now, this year, I really want to get into making reviews and kind of share how I feel about games and how they affected me and just what I really think of them overall, whether it be like negative or positive. And it's mainly going to be a focus of RPGs because that is kind of my favorite genre. That is kind of what I really like making for this channel as well. And it'll be like the occasional game that's like not within the RPG genre or something kind of like loosely RPG, which we do have a video kind of stating about. But yeah, it's going to be also newer and older games, so really expect a variety of games to come in reviews in the future, right? I just feel like I've always had something to kind of say when it comes to games, and my opinions have been really strong about them, kind of growing up. And I feel like this would just be a fantastic outlet for sharing my own opinion with you all, which I love, and I always look forward to hearing from you guys, like, and responding to what the comments are. I read all of them, I promise you, even when they come, 2, 3 weeks later. I just really love reading the comments and hearing what you guys have to say about what my opinion is on certain subjects. Now, I also want to do impressions for the channel, right? Now, these are just kind of like little mini reviews-ish. Like my initial thoughts on a game before I've really like gotten super deep into it and seeing what it has to fully offer. I feel like these are just a great way to determine whether or not you want to buy a game, wait for it to go on sale, or just, not get it at all, right? I feel like impressions are super helpful and they're pretty easy to make, right? I want to be that source to help you decide whether or not you want to buy a game. It's also fun for me to see like if my opinion on a game were to change from like when I first started it versus like, kind of beating it. Like one I can think of off the top of my head is kind of like Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I started that game, thought it was like super cool, Viking, medieval, and then by what 60, 70 hours in, that game dragged on like way too much, right? So I think impressions are kind of cool just because you get to kind of get a little insight on the game. And if like your opinion changes on it, it's kind of fun to see that as well. I also absolutely love the community aspect of making videos and streaming. It's one of my favorite parts. Being able to connect with you all in the comments and in chat is really one of the highlights of my day. I really, really do love it. And I love that we can kind of all share our interest and be in this kind of space together where we know like what we're talking about, right? Like, have you ever tried to talk to someone who doesn't know like the game you're talking about because like they don't play those types of games or they're just like not super invested in gaming like how you may be? It's kind of frustrating sometimes. You can't blame them, but it just can be kind of annoying, right? But yeah, I love that we get to kind of share our interest and we all kind of like the similar things, right? I always think it's like really nice to kind of have like a space to kind of talk about games, and especially games that are newer or niche or something that maybe just someone hasn't heard of, and maybe someone in the comments or in chat would have heard of that game. And I just kind of love like that whole aspect of making content. It really, really is amazing. I also want to do guides as well this year. I feel like they're, pretty easy to make, they're not hard at all, and they can be super beneficial, right, to you guys. And they kind of come naturally as well, because if I'm playing a game and I'm struggling with something and then I maybe figure it out, who's to say one of you guys is struggling with that same exact thing in the game, right? A puzzle, a boss fight, pretty much anything, right? And like I said, they're super easy to make, and who doesn't love a good guide, right? So I think those will kind of be something we'll make on the channel, and I think they'd be a lot of fun. I also want to get more into our coverage on games, even though this is something that we've been kind of doing on the channel lately at the moment, which I have been loving. It's been a ton of fun. I feel like it's really, enjoyable for me personally. So it's not going to change too much. I do want to experiment with kind of doing scripted versus unscripted content. I feel like when I do unscripted content, my personality may come out a little bit more, right? Which is great, but I kind of tend to ramble a lot compared to like scripted videos where I kind of have it structured out a little bit better. So I need to find like a balance. But yeah, you can definitely kind of tell like an unscripted video versus like a scripted video. And you can probably go in like some older videos on the channel as well and like see which ones are unscripted, just because I feel like I ramble a lot more and I never get straight to the point. So yeah, we're gonna probably change some things around that. And I'm really excited for the stuff in the future. Now, regarding streams, right? And streams have been some things that I've been getting questions about. And I know a lot of you do like streams as well. And I do love doing streams as well because I get to, connect with you guys in real time. And they will be back at some point. I do promise that. I'm hoping to do one before the end of January. That is kind of my goal. But they probably won't be super regular like how they were for a little bit, just because I can't really find a good balance with my time management and doing a stream, right? It's kind of hard. I just don't really have time for them at the moment. I also do kind of want to change how they are in a sense where like they won't be full playthroughs anymore like how we were doing. I just can't beat a game if I'm doing a full playthrough of stream only, right? I don't have enough time for it, so I never get to beating the game. It's kind of hard to enjoy a game if you can't really ever play it, right? Playing it like once or twice a week is kind of frustrating sometimes. But I kind of want to change the streams into more of like community checkups slash kind of hangouts where we kind of just like chill and vibe and hang out together and, really just like chat and just, relax. And, we'll play a game or something. We'll even do community games. Like that'd be like a lot of fun. And yeah, I kind of just want to change the structure of our streams going forward. And I'm really excited for what we're going to do in the future. That's really going to be it for the video, guys. I really appreciate you all for watching, and let me know if there's any recommendations you have for the channel moving forward. I really want to hear some feedbacks for you guys on what you want to see. Anything you don't want to see as well is really important to me. I love hearing what you guys say, and like I said, I do read all the comments, even though I don't maybe respond to all of them, but I do read them all, I promise, right? Again, thank you guys for watching the video. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will see you all later, all right? Bye.